What's good? What's going on, Masculine Pose? Welcome to the channel. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share, show love, get the word out. Okay, let's talk about it. You know, they say you don't know what you got until it's gone. You don't know what you have until it's gone. So, for the longest time, we had this traditional setup of marriage. And let's just say the traditional setup of marriage was that the man went to work and the women took care of the children or took care of their household if there were no children. But the man was also would go to war to protect the country and to protect his family. Death was part of a man's signature for marriage. When he signed up for marriage, he signed up for death as well. So essentially, the man was saying, "You woman who's a stranger to me, who I've taken up for myself, I would die for you." Fast forward, we've seen case by case by case where men have tried to intervene when women have altercation with people, strangers might have, what have you, right? And they got killed because it's ingrained in men to protect. Okay, it's ingrained in men to protect. So we have historically looked at what men did and what men do now, and we can see evidence of them being deleted because of women. I've heard many instances where, women who start a fight on purpose, just to see if the man loves her, and then he finds himself in a situation where he dies. There's been many situations like that. Women know about it, and that of course puts the sympathy. You're like, where's the empathy? But that's another subject for another time. But in light of the fact that there's a sacrificial nature to man for this thing called marriage or togetherness, and the sacrificial nature of provision and protection is still innate in them today. How dare a woman come across as "I will not cook and I will not clean" in light of a man who's willing to protect and provide? Not the guys y'all just getting knocked out by, but in light of a man who has the mindset of "I will take care of you and I will die for you." The scale is not even. And now, like, it does not make sense. Men have learned to take inventory now for the first time because women were saying, "What do you bring for me as a man?" And then they'll say, "For you to have access to me, you need this and that and that and that. Be tall, certain height, bring in a certain amount of money, and so forth." We've heard the narrative. I don't need to repeat it too much. But the requirement, and even if you have access, you might trip up on something once we start to get this thing going after some years, and I might just dispose of you. And while I dispose of you because you tripped up, or I decided to step up because I was unhappy because of you, I would take your assets in the process. So now, in light of that, men have taken inventory of the profit and loss statement. So by me taking you on, I get to die should the time come. By me taking you, I get to pay your debt, your student debt. By me taking you on, I get to deal with your ex-baby daddies. So if these are the deals I'm getting, why am I getting you? Why can't I just be by myself and let my money go further? You see. So now this conversation right now occurs in many men's minds, and I'm grateful that we have a voice on this platform to talk about this thing. And now, what do women do? Instead of considering what the men are saying, they retaliate. How dare you, you dusties? You good for nothing men. Come back here and serve your purpose. And then you look at the woman and says, "What are you bringing to the table? What are you gonna give me? Like, I'm gonna do this for you, and I'm willing. I'm willing." Okay? We don't need to go back and forth. I'm willing. Just tell me which part you gonna play. Oh, I cannot answer that question. What do I bring to the table? Men are sassy these days. You dusty and broke. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's sidestep that. What do you bring? Because I know that I'm gonna provide, I'm gonna protect, I'm gonna do whatever it is in my power to try and get you so you feel safe. But what are you gonna do? Oh, I can't be oppressed by men. The patriarchy needs to be dismantled. Okay. So now women cannot fathom as to why you got passport brothers, passport bros. You cannot fathom why men are like, "I'm done," because the ROI, it does not make sense. The return on investment is just not worth it. Many men, especially grown men, have been through it. You're like, you know what? Go crazy. Y'all can do whatever. You can twerk all you want. You just gonna meet Tyrone and Chad's pipe, and that's all you're gonna come in contact with. Because good men, they know that hey, my life is short. I don't want to waste my time exerting my energy or dying for somebody who don't value me. Let me find somebody else at least, so that my life is at least I get some enjoyment and some value out of it. And then the women have done what they do best: accusations, insults, you know, and that's what they're doing. It's so sad. It's so sad that in the pool of women, only a few can can exercise wisdom. Only a few, but the majority, it's just a sad thing to see. So that's why men are comfortable telling men, do not get married. Do not shack up with this woman. Do not, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why we're telling each other that. Not because we hate y'all. We don't. It's not about hate. It's just that the product is very toxic. That the value exchange is just so, like, for 2% of value, you're going to get nightmares in a short life. Oh no, you hate, like, everything is about a talking point. There's no original thought. There's no, like, you know what, maybe I made a mistake. Do you know how many men I know who divorced and it was their fault? And they said, man, I messed up. They literally say, you know what, I was fooling around too much. I have several friends and I've heard it from different stories because I belong to men's groups. Men, I just say, hey, I messed up. But ask a woman. We're in very strange territory these days. And I encourage men to not participate. But men have taken inventory of what women are doing, and the value is not there. Women had a good thing going on for a long time. They did. It's just that they forced men to take inventory of what they do. And men looked at the list and they looked at what the woman is bringing. They're like, oh, wow. And women thought that they were trying to force the men to, meet the women's standards. And they're like, I'm doing way more than you are doing. So you better raise your standards. So thank you, women, for allowing men to take inventory of what you do. Because even if you don't answer the question, what do you bring to the table? Men will ask that question. Oh, you got 3 children, 2 baby daddies. I don't have any children. It doesn't compute, right? So this thing is about to get worse before it gets better. All right, peace, love, and blessings.